Looking at the back page of The Sun and the Times this morning, dominated by pictures of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the Jim
Oh, he's
Reaper.
axed someone, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Sir Jim Ratcliffe made his first major power play at Manchester United by axing club's chief executive Richard Arnold. That's the back page of
Well,
The Sun.
what does that tell? That tells us he has got control.
Yeah, he has got power that you didn't think he would have.
25%. He's suddenly gone in and said, no, I'm not having this.
Yes.
Less than 2 years in the job. Charlotte Dunker, Matt Lawton, Matt Dickinson saying in the back page of the Times today, United chief first to go in Ratcliffe refit. And what's interesting with the stake that he's got, the 25% stake, is that fans were saying he's not going to have this control. The Glazers will still have full control. But is already this a positive step?
Well, I think United fans will see it as positive.
Yeah, I think he'll want to do the right things for the club as well. If that's a new chief executive, you'll get that
so
done.
So if I put 1.3 billion in.
You're gonna want a lot of say, aren't you? Obviously, the big decisions maybe he won't have the full say in, but the Glazers might say, you know what, yeah, new chief executive, no problem. He can make that call.
Well, in terms of coming in, one of the leading candidates for the permanent role will be Jean-Claude Blanc, the former PSG chief.
I thought you were going to say Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Maybe.
He'd sort the dressing room out, wouldn't he? The old muscles from Brussels.
Blanc spent 12 years at PSG during their boom years, was chief executive at Juventus and knows about the challenges of running an ambitious club. Something to ask as former players, how much does movement in the boardroom affect a squad and affect a dressing room, if anything?
You as a player, you've just got to play your football. Go out, listen to your manager, your coaches, put good performances in for your team. What happens upstairs? None of your business.
You talk about it, Gab, wouldn't you? Talk about it, but it means...
The amount of times it happened at Villa, of like, that person's coming, or that person coming, that chief executive's left. Leave it. It doesn't bother a player. You just go out and perform.
And as a player, as a forward, Gab, you're thinking, who we playing next week? Oh, I've got a chance of getting a couple.
Yes.
You know, I like playing against him. I've got a chance. That's what you're thinking about, not who's getting fired upstairs.
Recruitment, though, that will be different when it comes to the dressing room, because that's been scrutinised.
Is he bringing in the cycling guy?
Paul Mitchell.
Brailsford, is it?
Paul Mitchell is the new favourite to become United sporting director once Ineos deal is confirmed. 42-year-old has worked for Southampton, Tottenham Hotspur and RB Leipzig.
Paul Mitchell.
They just need, you know what, Shebahn? They just need the best of the best. They need to look at who they're appointing. Like, look at what Brighton have done. You know, look at the players that they've managed to go and get. They need to get that all sorted out, Manchester United, and just look at a big plan. You know, not something that's going to happen in the first 2 years. Might be a 5-6 year plan of like, all right, then we need to get this chief executive in, this sporting director in, and he's got to have this scouts that are going to get these players. Just like what Brighton have done has been outstanding.
Yeah.
The profit they're making, the players they're bringing over.
In Belgium as well.
Yeah, Matoma will be another £100 million player in 2 years.
Agreed.
Man United got Goodison next Premier game. That's not easy.
It's not easy.
No, and then is it Galatasaray away as well? They've got 3 big games coming up.
Do you think Sir Jim Ratcliffe making this change? I mean, Simon Jordan pointed out yesterday that the likes of Richard Arnold wasn't exactly fighting well for his job, because he's not been overly impressive since he came to Manchester United a couple of years ago. Well, that was his say on the matter. I do wonder, though, if Erik ten Hag will be affected by all of this movement above.
Well, he's got to deal. You know, he's got to work with the guy, hasn't he? About, you know, especially recruitment. You know, when will they say to ten Hag, you know, what sort of player? What can I do? We've got some money now. Who would you like in? You know, so he's got to have a working relationship.
But I think as well, though, Alan, what Ten Hag's done is he's went and brought a lot of players that he's had before other clubs. They might say to him at the top now, no, we've given you the money to spend. Anthony's been a flop. Yeah. You know, it's not worked. We're not going to give you this big money now to go and buy these players. We're going to choose players for you, and we're going to get these players, and you're going to have to play them.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's what happened with Tim Sherwood at Aston Villa.
Yep.
He had these players he wanted, you know, he wanted Adebayor, he wanted these other players, you know, proven Premier League players. And upstairs says, no, we're going to have these players from the French league. And they were brought in, and he got told, okay, that you've got to go and use these players.
I think the next 5-6 games to Man United are massive.
All the way up to Christmas.
For the manager. Honestly, it would not surprise me January he's gone.
Yeah.
Have you got any info?
No, but I just...
He always does.
I just
One of your
feel
sources?
if it doesn't go well next 5 games, see you later.
Interesting. All of the back page is dominated by Sir Jim Ratcliffe today. Quickly looking at the back page of the Mirror, Theatre of Screams, the back page of the Express, Ruthless Ratcliffe, and back page of the Mail, All Change at Old Trafford. But shall we focus now on the boxing? Because to see a fight, you have to go to Saudi Arabia these days. Christmas Eve, December 23rd, will be headlined by Anthony Joshua and Otto Wallen. Fellow heavyweights Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker excuse me, will also be fighting each other on the night. Looking forward to that one. It's a big old night in Saudi.
Seriously? No.
Why not?
No, it's not for me.
What about AJ? Is this the time, and can he win this fight against Otto Wallen?
Of course he can, but if he takes on Wilder, which we want to see, or Fury, no, I don't think. I really don't.
Doesn't interest me, to be honest, Shebahn. I think I might go Winter Wonderland. Yeah.
No, but saying that, Gabby, we have got our YouTube boxing channel that we should be promoting.
Yes.
But
good for you, Al.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I
I look at the fights and AJ, Wallen, Dubois, Miller, Wilder, Parker. I want to see Wilder, AJ. Let me know when it's on.
This very possibly will happen. The AJ fight beforehand obviously has to go ahead with Wallen. Actually, Otto Wallen spoke yesterday in the press conference and said how more and more recently AJ's fighting not to lose instead of fighting to win, which I thought was quite a good line from him, and a good kind of ethos that maybe players and sports people shouldn't have. If you go out into a fight or out into a game thinking that you might lose it, how much does that affect your performance?
Of course it does, especially boxing. Crikey, one-on-one, you've got to go in there full of confidence. If you don't, you beat.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to Shebahn. The 23rd is when it's on. Why couldn't we get like AJ Wilder and Fury Usyk on the same night? That's going to get everyone excited. Sorry, not this card. I'll stick him through social media.
But Gab,
people are disappointed
think
by
about
it.
them, though. Think about them, how much money they're getting for it, and it's, it could be a lot harder, the fight. But they're getting paid a fortune, millions. It's a business for them as well.
Not about pleasing fans, is it?
No,
it's
not from their point of view.
No,
from
of
us,
course.
we want to see the top fights.
Exactly.
Back page of the Sun,
Yeah.
AJ goes wild. Willie Downs Jr. saying Anthony Joshua fired an X-rated dig at Deontay Wilder after the American trashed his career. The heavyweight rivals agreed a $100 million deal to meet in Saudi Arabia. 2024 super fight again. It's out in Saudi.
Magic, isn't it? Money like that,
Absolutely.
Would they be getting up at 4 o'clock, Gab?
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.